Hi everyone, I thought I'd hop on and tell you about my win for the week. I'm not going to moan, or I might do, but this week, as you all know, I am a RTM director in a couple of different blocks. And in October 2024, I arranged for a fire risk assessment for our 18 flat block, standalone block that we took over the management of about a year and a half ago. October 24, the fire risk assessment was carried out, and it was highlighted in the report that they didn't believe the fire doors were fully fire safety compliant. So I said, no, that can't be right. And I went back to the fire risk assessment or the assessor, and I said, that can't be right. They were only installed in 2019. And we were told the reason they were being changed was for fire safety. Anyway, I took my report and I wrote to the previous managing agent and the freeholder, and I said, can I have a copy, please, of my fire door certification to prove that it is actually fire safety regulated and fire doors. Tumbleweed. Didn't hear anything. November, I wrote again. December, I wrote again. January, I wrote again. February, I wrote again. And then they kept saying, yes, 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 we're looking for it, we're looking for it, we're looking for it. Anyway, come April, they arranged for an independent surveyor at no cost to us to come out and assess the doors. So I arranged with the whole block, got 18 people to open their doors to me and to the fire door assessor. And from April, I've been waiting and waiting again for the report. This week, at the beginning of this week, I wrote to them and said, I am now not giving you 7 further days to reply to me. I'm giving you 24 hours, or I'm taking you to tribunal because you clearly don't have any fire safety doors certification. And yesterday I received a letter via the previous managing agent saying, and the contractor, saying we will come in at no cost to any of the leaseholders and replace all 18 doors with fully compliant fire safety doors and frames, because they hadn't actually changed the frames either. Now the thing is, the leaseholders at the time, and I wasn't a leaseholder at the time, they were charged about £50,000, I think, and they were all charged about £3,500 each for these doors. And a fire door doesn't cost £3,500, and it clearly doesn't cost it if it's a non-compliant door. So, in Mora's style, thank you for saying you're going to replace them, and I welcome that. But I'm not stopping there, because at the end of the day, who was managing it? What surveyor was managing it and overseeing it, and what charges were they? What were they being paid? So I'm going to be replying back now today saying, can you tell me, can you give me the accounts please of what was paid out for your services at this point? And I will be asking for a full refund for the leaseholders then. What these managing agents don't seem to realise is it's coming out of the leaseholders' pocket. They're not businesses. They're just people that own their own homes and want to live in them and be able to look after them. So that's my big win for this week. I am so happy with it. I'm actually over the moon. But that's my biggest win of the week.